Hey there everybody. I'm going to try to work on my trailer again here. It's oxidized like crazy. It has been for a long time. Show you the thing, what it looks like. You can see only at the very top where it's always protected by the awning does it look pretty good up there, nice and shiny and red, but when this awning's rolled in, that's always completely protected. I tried to do a little bit with a new product the other day right there, so you can see a little bit of difference, but it's still really bad because it's so badly oxidized. But here you can see the difference in the color shading right there, even with that, and that was 2 coats done it by hand. So today I pulled out all my gear here, all my equipment, and I'm going back to the wires here. I'm going to use that. I'm going to finish up this stuff that I bought for it year before last. Got just a little tiny bit left in that. You see, like where this protects it, you see that don't look bad. But I'm going to start on this end. You can see it in the sun and the shade. And here I'll put this door down. So there you see, so the whole thing is badly oxidized. I'm going to try to work on some of this and show you as I go along. Alright, this here is the first pass of this section right here. You can see how much redder it already is. I just took a fair amount of work to get that done, but I just worked it with the big one there and then just wipe it off with a rag. And you can see that's as far as I can reach up. But this is just the start. And to show you how I'm loading this, and yeah, I'm putting on a pretty good bit of this stuff on here, and then all I do is I dab it on around, spread it out a little bit, and then turn this on and just work it in as deep as I can. So gives you an idea of how to do this. Alright, now you can see the section here that I've done. You can see obviously where I ended at. Haven't touched the door yet, that side. This is where I began, up here. You can see onto the top how oxidized it is. And this is with 1 pass each on this. What my plan is to go through 1 pass on the whole side, and then I'm going to use the other stuff that I bought for it, because then it's made for light oxidation. So by the time I get done with all this, I'll be ready to do that one, and it's supposed to be a one coat deal. So far you can see it's looking better, far from perfect, but it is looking better. So let's keep going. Alright, so here I'm switching over to my little Zota, is what it's called, ZOTA. You see I put a big blob on this little one, but this is very little. You can see the size of my hand and all that. I'm using this one. I'm going to work on this side, get around that little light there, and to work on the door area here, and then down there underneath it too. So I'm going to use this blob for all of that. So here, I'll even show you how I do this. Alright, now I'll turn it on and walk on this. Okay, the head flew off, so I gotta find it and go again. Okay, so I'm done with this part of it. You can see from the end to the door. This is step 1. So remember, I'll be doing all this again. This is the part you see I haven't touched. You know, except like I told you, I did those tests for some other stuff right there. But you see how much better that looks already. By the time I get done with the second step of that, it should look great. But I'm finishing up this whole first side first, maybe either this evening or tomorrow, and I'll get this whole side done, and then I'll go back and do step number 2. So stick around. Okay, so it is now Monday, about 9:40 in the morning. I started this on Saturday. I didn't do anything yesterday on Sunday, but just to show you where we're at now. So I got this whole view member to the door, and I finished that. Today so far I've done that section all the way top to bottom out to here, you can see. So I still have that right there to finish this side with the first step before I do the second step. It's supposed to be cloudy all day, but the sun is out, which is bad. But I got my awning out, shading this whole thing to keep it cool. So I'm going to be working on this, and I'll show it to you as I go along. Alright, so you can see for step 1 I finished the whole side. It's about as good as I can get it for that part. Still got to do step 2 on it, which should make it look even better. Not a lot, of course, but a little bit better. It should. So we're going along here. Okay, so it's now Tuesday evening, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the evening, and you can see the whole back here, that it's completely untouched. Okay, so that's what I want you to get out of this thing. That's untouched. Here, I'll even back up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing there. And so I haven't touched it with anything, so I'm going to try to work on it some this evening after I fix up. I tried that stuff that I was going to try for step 2, and it truly messed up, so I got to go fix some work up front up there that it messed up. So my step 2 isn't going to work, so I'm just going to be doing the compound. So stick around with me, and I'll show you this when I get it through. Alright, so here's what I got done tonight. You can see pretty much the first half. And I started on the lower part, but over here was giving me some problems. And here, if you look real close, you can see it's really streaky. Not sure if you can tell it on this camera, but the eyes you can see. The reason is, this is my wool pad that I use to do this job with, and it's so dirty, so it's flat and everything. I need to clean it, let it dry overnight, go at it again tomorrow. Alright, so I just finished the back end here. It's far from perfect. It's still got some white spots and stuff on it, but mainly it's red and looks better. I've tried to get it best I can, and that is the best I can get it. I'm going to start on this side now. This is my final side. You can see there ain't none of this done. I haven't touched it. I'm going to start in the back, right back here on this corner, and try to do all the big stuff. Get the little stuff tomorrow, and I'll try to do the slide here as well, and then finish up everything else tomorrow morning if I can. That's the plan. Stick with me and we'll see what I get done. Okay, so before it gets dark, just wanted to show you, I got this side here on the very back, so that's 100% done, except a little bit around those where I got to get the little thing to work on that. Other than that, that's it. And I've started on this side, and you can see I've done this corner, and I'm getting ready to do that whole corner there, and then I'll just have the lower stuff here to do, and that there, I'll probably do that side tomorrow. But this is how it's going so far, and I'm getting her done. It's hard work, but it's coming. Alright, so you see, like I said, I've done this whole side here, except for those little areas there. I'm going to use my smaller tool tomorrow to get that. I've got the whole slide completed. You can see how nice and red it looks, and then of course compare it to that. So I'm going to do this one tomorrow, and then the little stuff, and that's going to do it for me. And I'll show you the stuff that I was going to use to do step 2, and it failed me miserably, so you'll know what it is. Alright, this right here, this is the stuff that I bought that I was going to use for step number 2, get the glare off of it. And you can see, here I'll do this, and you can see all the words on it. So I don't recommend this stuff at all. And here is the completed job finally, after hours and hours. See, that whole front is done. Side here that I showed you last night, and this side, and there's the back just for good measure. So everything's red again instead of pink. Hope you like this. It took me a lot of hours to do this. Hope you appreciate the video.